Okay, I'd like to call to order the Weathersfield School Board meeting for Tuesday, October 11th at 6:34 p.m. And we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, which is being led by Weathersfield student who lead learner Martis will introduce in a moment.
All right, we have Olivia Follett, who's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody stand.
I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May be seated.
Okay. We'll see, are there any changes or additions to the agenda? Does anyone see any? No? Okay. And I actually didn't get a chance to read the minutes for last month. Did either Mark or Nicole?
I've skimmed them.
I didn't have the issue.
Yeah, I didn't.
I couldn't make out what you said.
We're good on the minutes.
Yeah, we don't have any issues with the minutes from last time.
Okay, all right, you guys, so does somebody want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, that's Nicole making the motion to approve the minutes. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Mark?
Aye.
Nicole? Okay, so, and Jamie's not here yet, so that's unanimous. And next, is there any public participation tonight?
No.
No? Okay, so then we'll move on to the administration report. You want to start, Brian, or?
Go ahead and share it. All right, so we are here tonight. October 11th Lead Learner Report. All right, first off, we have Jamie Richardson, our wonderful PTO president, and she is going to present about PTO.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody here and at home. Thank you very much for having me again this month. I just want to give you a little report on a couple of PTO things. Last Friday, because Friday before, the time is away from me now that it's over. So we had our first annual Paw Drop event. We want to thank everybody for their support here. It was, at this first board meeting that we were able to get enforcement to be able to try something that we had never done before. And we had about 6 weeks time to pull this together. And so we're just very grateful for all of you to allow us the opportunity to wing it, and just have some fun statistics to share with you. We had a wonderful event. Over 20 volunteers were there. We were all wearing these amazing orange shirts that said volunteer squad on them, but there were families and friends that were just pitching in all over. It was an incredible experience. So thank you to our sponsors and our donors. We had over 60 sponsorships and donations. We were hoping for 35. So 60 plus was pretty incredible for us. We served over 200 free community dinner meals. We had a nice spaghetti dinner. You could smell it from the parking lot. It really made the beginning of the event smell like you were coming to a fall festival. So it wasn't going to be apple crisp, but it definitely was delicious garlic bread and homemade sauce for our spaghetti dinner. It was incredible. So major kudos to Heather for her generosity and the kitchen staff for making that happen so seamlessly for us. We had over 250 people attend the event. So if you happen to be there, it really felt like an event. We sold over 4,000 paws. We were hoping for 1,500, so we set the bar really high for this event for next year. We sold 50/50 tickets and punch cards, and we had over 16 stations, activities for kids and families of all ages to participate in. And so we grossed over $9,000, which is completely unbelievable to all of us. Unbelievable just because we never in our wildest dreams thought we would make that kind of money, but not unbelievable to think that our community would support us in this way. We knew that they would. It's a real testament to this school and to the families and the community that it serves, because it was just the most incredible first event. So we know we've set the bar pretty high. So we hope that you'll endorse it next year. We'll come back around, and we've learned a lot of things. We want to thank Sean Brown for dropping the cause not once, but twice. I'm sure Mr. Martis wants to also thank him for not having to have him go up and stand at the end of a really large ladder truck. So anyway, we had a wonderful event. So thank you very, very much for your support and the community for their support as well. A couple of things I just want to mention that are coming up at the PTO, because we don't stop, right? There were one thing, we actually have a meeting going on down in our PTO room right now for our event in December called Make It, Take It. It's an event that's been going on here for a long time, so you may be familiar with it. You've been in the school a while. We have stations where kiddos can come and make gifts for family and friends. It's all free, and it just gives them an opportunity to make something special for their family. And surprise them on whatever holiday that they're celebrating, or Christmas morning or whatever it is. So the gang is down in the PTO room planning out what we're going to do this year. And of course, surprise, surprise, we're going to make it bigger and better than it's ever been, because that's kind of what we decided that we're going to do. So that is Sunday, December 4th, and it'll be here. In addition to Make It and Take It, once upon a time, it also had a craft fair element, and we're hoping to bring that back as well. So that while the kiddos are in this space doing their kindness for their family and friends, the adults can go spend some time also Christmas shopping. So again, not an event not a fundraiser for us. This is a give back to the community. One of the reasons we do things like pod drops, so we can fund all of these 20 stations or so that they're going to have the ability to make these full crafts and enjoy the day. So that'll be happening. But before that, the month of October is what I want to talk about right now. So we have our Harvest Dance, which is October 28th. It'll be in this space. So the PTO is going to try and duplicate the vibe of the Pod Drop Fall Festival into this great space. We've already got the lights. So DJ, thank you for all the light work that you've done and for not taking them. We need them. So anyway, the middle school will be having a dance on Friday the 28th in this space. And then the day after that is Trunk or Treat. Oh, Brian's giving us a little sense of what the lights will be. So October 29th is Trunk or Treat. It's over in the Perkinsville School. It's put on by the library here in town, but the PTO often has a trunk to provide goodies for kiddos over there. And so we'll have, I believe, a Panther-themed trunk, and we'll be participating in that. So again, that's us giving back to kiddos. And then just something to keep on your radar that you should see is our holiday apparel sale. We know that everybody's probably thinking about giving their families the gift of apparel for the holidays with Wethersfield swag. So we'll be putting out some information about that, and we'll be taking orders for, I think, about a month's time, well in time for it to come before the holidays, and making sure that it gets here. So just keep your ears and eyes open for that. It'll be in the newsletter. Something that we're trying to be consistent about is putting a piece of information in the weekly newsletter that Mr. Martis puts out, so that we can stay in the front of folks' minds, and so that we can just showcase all the things that we're doing and also advertise some of the things that we need support on. So I think that's everything that I have tonight. Are there any questions? Okay. Well, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie, very much for everything you and the PTO have here.
Happy to do it.
Appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you. All right. So We are going to go on a little school tour. So we have some very special tour guides today. We have Chris Follett, Haley Follett, Olivia Follett, and yes, they are all related. And then we have Isabella Martis, and she's related in a different way to somebody else. So they are four of our outstanding students here at Weathersfield School, and they are going to give our board that's present here in the room, as well as our virtual participants, a quick tour of the school. So we're going to try this with a phone, and we're going to go off. I'm going to quit sharing for a second. Maybe that screen will come up. The big one, right? Sure. And the speaker going from my phone. I am. All right.
Mute myself first.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to walk? What's very good? You're supposed to.
You coming? Yeah.
Okay.
Hybrid.
Flip.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, flip.
Oh, great.
All right, where do you guys want to leave first?
Do.
Try not to make them sick.
Yeah.
You guys do the talking.
Okay. We can start at the front of the school. I'm the camera person. You guys the talkers. So where's going, Bella? Yeah, I don't know. You guys the tour guides. I'm the phone person. Very camera formal. So we can go to the youngers.
See if they can say test. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? That's fine. That's great.
Talk about what's going on.
Okay, so this is your hallway.
You want to go to all of the rooms?
Not all of them, just pick a couple, I think.
Your favorite ones. It's. Why do I want to run through there?
Yeah.
This is Mrs. Stevens' room. She helps people when they're sick or crying.
Great job. Keep going. You're doing awesome.
What am I supposed to do? I'm just following you. I'm just following you the room. I'm the camera person. You guys do the work.
This is Mrs. Fuller's classroom, and in her class, she
So, yeah, it's probably locked. Here, guess what? I just keep. Turn the lights on and show off the room.
This is Mrs. Fuller's classroom. This is where all of my friends sit. There's a lot of people in the class.
This is your classroom.
There's 15 of them.
Where's your desk? Thank you. It's nice and clean in here. You guys are good at picking up, huh?
I think we should go to the gym. Okay.
I'm just following you. Can you go? Oh, I think I'm making people sick. Slower.
Mrs. Berry is very nice. She helps us learn how to ride bikes and all that stuff. And she lets us touches in the water fountain. Also, all of our assemblies are usually.
What?
Also, all of our assemblies are usually taken.
we use the stage for the book fairs, the school plays, and the concerts. And if they do drama, that's where we most of the time do drama up there.
We just have drama on the stage, not on the playground, right?
Why would we have drama on the playground?
Some schools do. We don't want drama. We want to say drama on the stage. Oh, you guys want to take them down to the kindergarten room? Show everybody
Which
your room.
one?
You pick which one you want to. And then we'll head upstairs.
I'm showing the wall. Yes, do not do that.
We need the key, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't get in. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You're
Can
waiting
I
on me.
just
I'm
have
moving
your
the
key? Can I just have your key? This is gonna be easier. Which one is key? See? Oh, I got it. Oh, wow. Take it.
That way, if I get talking.
The chairs are ready. He bought new things for when I was in kindergarten. He never had any of this when I was in kindergarten. He had the tables and the chairs, of course, but not really anything else.
Yeah, there were some COVID restrictions when you were in kindergarten. It looks pretty good, huh?
He's very nice.
Yeah.
Look how cute the clock is.
You want to head up to the library?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
I'm scared. You're doing great.
Yeah. There are one in my classroom, which is 25 students. You don't 24. Oh, there we go. I just don't give it Who tried to oof? Oh, the door's wide open. I did all the chairs earlier today. I don't think so. Oh, God, look at you. Do you like how I did the chairs earlier? Oh, you did it. I did that. Since last year there were a bunch of tables and chairs. This is the library. It was last year. Last year they put in new carpets, new seating, and they're still
Bookshelf.
hanging some stuff up back here. Last year there were tables and chairs and we had assigned seats, but now there's just a bunch of stools and you can sit wherever you want.
It's way better then. Do you like that better?
Kind of. I got it.
They also made that into a rolly thing and cut it.
They have so many books.
Is the other room done?
The makerspace, it's really cool. Here,
We'll go to the makerspace.
we can go to the jungle.
That way?
Yeah, we're going to the makerspace.
I've been. There's no light.
Whoa. I've never been back here. Last year this was our computer lab, so there were desks all along the walls. With a bunch of computers and stools, but now they've taken all those out and added a whole bunch of new tables. Is this a home room?
It is. Oh, yeah, Miss Smith. The Miss Smith just started filling things.
Once your kids start using it, it's not going to look this clean.
That's how like almost everything is.
The nice thing is, like, the tables will last.
It's locked. I got it haunted. Mommy, why are you in charge of the key? Because I was given the key.
I'm phone person. Olivia's key person.
Hey, it doesn't matter. I don't know how to work a key, apparently.
Got it, turn it.
Yeah, you can't work a key. Got it.
Got it? All right. Nice job.
You ever been
Is this your classroom? Somebody's classroom?
This is
your
Haley's
classroom?
classroom. Oh, and then, Taylor, what do you say? I'm looking for
Haley's got a big class, I know.
There was 25 students in our classroom, but then one student left to Oklahoma, So now we have 24.
24 kids.
I think that's the biggest classroom in the school.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Miss One, my teacher said that we teach 10% of the whole school.
Wow. And you all fit in here.
Surprisingly.
Is it pretty crowded?
Very loud too. There's like never a point where it's complete silence. Oh, she's off, please.
All right, nice job.
Okay, now should we go to the homerooms? Yes. Should we go to our?
Why don't we go to all of the middle school?
Yes. Oh yeah, all the middle school class. Wait, we didn't go to music or art. We'll hit that.
We'll hit those last.
Wait, that's not it.
Nope, we have to show the what's
The learning center.
no, it's the staff lounge. Oh, we have to also show in here.
Okay. Oh, we're going to teaching center. Oh yeah, I can see that. They walk it every.
Oh, that's fancy adult stuff. We don't need that.
The lights don't work. Wait a minute. The lights don't work.
Oh, it's flashlight.
Maybe you can move around and just like wave your hand. The lights don't work in here. The lights aren't turning on. Oh, got it.
It's this younglings.
A couple years ago when I was in first grade, this was a first grade classroom. This was not. It was. It was Miss Tennis's classroom when I was in first grade. This is the learning center. It was Miss Tennis's classroom last year. Not last year, many years ago. Many years ago? Is this like a race? Yeah. They've changed this up since last year as well. I think last year this was just like a storage room. Yeah. Last year no one really went in this room because it was
Oh, we have to go show whiteboard. Miss Carrie and Miss Stoltzens.
And they're magnetic. You set them up for foundations and then leave it up.
Go ahead and show the staff room.
Oh, not there.
Oh, you can go show a classroom.
Yeah, we're gonna show all the middle school classes.
All the ones.
Yes, right here.
Just that's a poster stuff.
Kids are in charge.
Lexi.
No. Okay, I did that same thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm not just already. Oh God.
Have you guys ever?
What?
Have you?
Yeah, and the chair, you can't move it. If you move the chairs, you move the desk.
This is
For the middle schoolers, this is the
Math.
math.
Miss Stoltzens.
What
And
is
well, I see over here.
the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders
Sure
share
do.
5 different classrooms. You have 5 different teachers.
I sit here. Olivia sits there. It's a good setup.
So wait, you sit here.
Yes, that's my very fancy desk. Yeah. We talk to each other even though we're not supposed to. It's very nice setup. Yeah, Miss K's. I like Miss K. Have you guys ever been in here actually? Repeat it.
They said it's a good set.
Ooh.
You guys could have gone for the pastors too.
Oh, wait, did you see the pastor for the rest of the class?
Yeah.
But I can't speak.
Oh yeah, the pastor. Oh, I think I remember. Whoa, it's a huge U shape. Olivia, you and Bella sit right here.
No, wait.
This is Miss Coster's classroom. This is one out of the 2 ELA classrooms. This one does reading and writing. The other one does spelling.
For 6th and 7th grade.
6th and 7th.
8th grade has spelling.
8th grade, this room is spelling, vocabulary, and grammar, and the other one is reading and writing.
It's over there.
I'm gonna go through the pastor.
Yeah, it's just easier. She has a U shape in her room because it's fun. Open the pass-through!
Oh, Ryan.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
So this is our second ELA classroom.
Yeah.
This
This one is Mr. O'Brien's classroom. Oh my gosh, it looks so pretty. These chairs are sweet.
yeah, we get all of these from Westell.
This is Mr. O'Brien's classroom. He's the other ELA teacher.
He does for 6th and 7th grade, he does the spelling and grammar. For 8th grade, he does reading. They could read Hobbit. They're lucky.
And what's this one? Is that a pastor?
Oh yes, that's the science lab.
Oh, I remember the science room.
There we go.
So right.
The science lab, you guys, if you eat, if you, like last year, you guys ate lunch in your classroom, right?
Yeah, it was nice in here.
You get to wash your hands literally at your desk.
But we also got to all sit at the lab tables together, and that was fun. But then we also have a science project.
Do you just use which is 3D printing a
Yeah.
nature.
So for Mr. S's class, here are some of them. We've been 3D printing and designing. Oh, where's ours right now?
Ours?
I think we lost. Ours is somewhere right now.
Somewhere over.
Ours kind of broke today,
Why is it?
so we've been having to do dance control with it. Yeah, but all of this is 3D printed. We could show you the printers in Mr. S's class.
Okay.
Now,
Then Mr. Vila has like a storage closet with all of the, with the lights on. We should go turn that off. Where's
the lights should not be on in the storeroom.
No. The lights and water should not be on. Yeah, the lights. What? What's this? Albert Einstein. Einstein. So, oh, yes. So,
We've had him since a while. He has a little.
that's Boo. So this is our pumpkin. He's our
Wasn't
pet
it
pumpkin.
since like last year?
No, it's been a while. So this is Mr. Spooky Boo and Boo. He's adorable. I love him.
We missed this course. We gotta go to music and art now. And
Right.
social studies.
Right now we have an election going on for president.
I see a bunch of things.
Yeah, right.
See, vote Isabella and Olivia after.
Here, here's one of our me and Olivia's posters.
Mom, look. Mom, look.
Oh.
There's a student election right now.
You two are running together. With your sister? Your sister. Oh, they tested. Yeah.
Just going to his class. I love it.
I haven't got the door yet.
got it. She got it.
Whoa. You whipped whipped it, it, Haley.
Let's do
One at a time,
I
did.
Don't.
Baby.
Does his light not work?
Now work?
Walk in the bigger on.
Got it. So these are Mr. S's 3D printers
He has
Those
two
are the-
3D printers.
that we got. Then we also
D&D.
we play D&D in his class during recess and lunch. She lets us play in here with him, and it's really fun. It's good. What else is like super special?
Desks are the desks I'm not used to. Like the most of the time I'm used to. This is where we live.
Dude, that's Antarctica. We live up here. We live right here.
Yeah, I was just being funny. Like, there's a giant timeline along the wall.
Yeah, we
2000 BC to now.
Yeah, so last year we mostly used this, trying to see from like when we were learning from Neolithic Revolution all the way up to, where are we right now?
2020 way in the back corner.
No, I know that part, but
Oh.
like what are we learning right now?
Aren't we at
Last year we stopped around the 1500s.
I think we're like a little past the Black Death. That's puzzle. Black Death.
Oh, Mr. Eston.
What's that?
It's a death in 1347 that we learned about, and it killed a lot of people, but it was really fun to learn about because you got to learn. But you got to learn about the symptoms, and we played like a game for it, like where we were on a ship and one person had Black Death, then how quickly other people got it. Like we do a lot of fun like projects in here. But like here's a bunch of globes.
Oh, the election table.
Oh yes, then we also do debates in here, which is really fun.
Debates, you guys have a whole
So we have debates and trials in here, and we all just like work together on teams and try to do it. Oh, that's someone's pencil. Yes, this is his seat, and this.
tall.
Yeah, he is tall.
Okay, we got it. Now we have to go to music and art. You keep saying that.
Because she's excited about it. Oh yeah, we have to go by now. So here's another one of me and Olivia's posters. Then we have another one down here.
Why are there so many? I haven't seen those. I only like look at Taylor Sheridan.
That's another one.
Oh. Whatever. There's a lot of people sure the hidden shadow.
So then here's a mural.
Dioramas.
One of our teacher, Mr. O'Brien, one of our ELA teachers made. Oh, well, this is her diorama, which is really awesome.
Dioramas for what grade? Fourth grade. For
Nothing.
fourth grade because they're reading
Judy Bloom.
Judy Bloom. Yeah, we already read that. Tales of a Fourth Grade.
So then Mr. O'Brien, one of our ELA teachers, he painted a mural over the summer of like Vermont, I think. And there's a hidden shadow.
Where?
Oh, it's somewhere in here and it's hidden. I haven't even found it yet. But there's a hidden shadow somewhere.
It is.
Yeah, there's
That
a
was mine.
but like he did a really cool job with it all.
With the wrist.
There's a hidden shadow.
It was.
I think he's a cloud.
Shadow's a cloud?
Yes. Cause like there's a fish one and there's a bunny cloud.
Oh yeah. Like where is it in
I don't know. That looks like a Death Star.
where?
It kind of looks like a Death Star if you look at it at a really weird angle. This one, the little triangular one, kind of looks like a Death Star if you look at it at a really weird angle.
Wait, shadow?
Yeah, it's like a hidden Mickey.
Where would it be? Yeah, in the game I found it.
I don't know where Shadow is though.
Oh, that's just the mountain. Mickey Mouse. That's the mountain. Stairs?
Okay, so
Music here. Let's do this.
ready? Yep. Oh.
Olivia. Hey, art room?
I remember the day before we forgot to tell him, I'll be like, quite me back on the hall.
It's locked.
I pulled it, but I didn't. Oh, wait, there's no, there's your arm. That's right. Yeah.
Look at the key out. This is our art room.
We make a bunch of arts and we make a bunch of projects in here. We paint. We make mold. We play. We draw.
Well, right now, it's specifically in 7th grade, we're learning about the left and right side of our brain, and that's actually been kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, because we've been learning about the left and right side of our brain, and like how one's like, so it's like all serious, the other side's really creative.
What's going on?
Yeah. Probably doing that for advisory. Then there's a bunch of artwork outside.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's mine, but
Yeah, there's a bunch of old artwork outside.
I see mine. Mine's there. It's supposed to look like a puppy, but it's upside down. That's amazing.
Now we're going to the music room. Bunch of artists.
Yeah, those are
Latin American musicians.
he put up.
I love the music room. We have a new music teacher this year. They made it up last year, and we've been learning a bunch of songs, Halloween songs, and it's been really fun. They put a new carpet in here and lined up a whole bunch of chairs and rows. And
there's a wall.
And there's a band section over there where all the instruments are.
Then there's a wall going into the
PTO.
PTO room. Should we peek in there with the phone? I don't know. Yeah, that's as close as I think we should get.
it's a great space.
Anything else?
What do you think, Mark?
Did they take down a drop ceiling in here?
No, never did.
It wasn't, so it was like this.
It's always been.
It's always been like this, yeah.
It echoes quite a bit.
Isn't
It's cool for
I
bands.
think this is the coldest room in the school.
Yeah, it's pretty
Even
cool.
even in the spring and for summers. pretty chill in here.
We're getting some mini splits on here, so.
No,
Sure.
it's nice being cold. What other
I
rooms?
think that's it. You guys have anything else you want to add? You want to say you're going to disconnect from there, and then we can go in there. If anybody has any questions, you can answer questions.
I disconnect in 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's give a round of applause there for our 4 great tour guides. Awesome job. Did anybody have any questions about anything that our tour guides went over?
Thank you. That's a great tour.
They did an amazing job. We truly appreciate them coming out and doing that. And they definitely love their school, which is so nice. All right. Thank you again, ladies. All right, so staffing update. So we do have a couple of positions still available. We have a paraprofessional that we are still looking to hire 1 para. We also have a school nurse opening. Our beloved school nurse is taking a job at the hospital. It was an offer that she could not refuse, and is what's best for her and her family. So as much as we're going to miss her, I do, good for her to be able to do something that's better for her. So we have those actively posted on School Spring, as well as a world language teacher. So we're working on that. So this is something that was pretty awesome. So we did this at Mrs. Berry, who's our great PE teacher. So she has a golden sneaker award that she gives to a classroom that shows good sportsmanship, has full participation, contributes to the class goal, demonstrates self-control, cares for others, and many other things. And so the very first winner this month for the month of September was Mrs. McNamara's class. And so they presented that at our Pride Assembly that was on the last Friday of the month. Picture them. So there's our 2nd grade winners hold their golden sneaker. And the really cool thing about that is that trophy was made, actually one of our students, that was her shoe from years ago. And now she's come back and she's a para at our school. So her golden shoe is forever in Wethersfield history now. So, but it was pretty awesome that so it gives the kids something to strive for during PE time to do extra great jobs. All right, athletic update. Our wonderful athletic director, Carrie Jewell. There's a lot of things up there. I'll let her talk a little bit about that, about where we're at in athletics right now.
Thank you. So up there are all the registrations for the remainder of the school year for each season and each activity that we're going to offer. Registrations have been open since September 15th. So there's plenty of time, but we haven't had many signups yet. So I think a lot of families wait to figure out what schedules are going to be. But to date, there's 19 registrations, and that includes winter and spring sports, which is no representation of what we will have for athletes. When I pulled the data from last year and figured out who our athletes are this year, we should easily be able to have all of the teams filled and have all grade levels, boys and girls. It's not super unrealistic, but you never know. People will change. A lot of people ski or do other winter activities, so we are needing to fight with those. But they're there. We encourage people to sign up sooner rather than later. People are always looking for a deadline to sign up to when we'll make the decision whether we can have a team or not. And it really is up to families and athletes to get their registrations in a time frame so that we can make that Mr. Martis has been putting them out in our athletics update every week in the newsletter, so they're easy to find. So we encourage signups. This sports is off to a great start this fall. We have so many things going on that my head is spinning. But our cheerleaders cheered at their first soccer game this evening, and it was the darn cutest thing. They did a little halftime routine for the 3-4 boys soccer team. So they will be cheering tomorrow night at the 5-6 boys game as well. So it's just fun to see them all dressed alike doing the cheers. It's amazing. We have our fall sports celebration at night is scheduled for November 1st from 5 to 6 here at the school. So we'll be having light refreshments. We will have all the coaches give a brief introduction of their teams and award them their pins and certificates. So that is November 1st. Then we have our first basketball scheduling meeting the next day, November 2nd. So we'll start getting games scheduled. I just do want to highlight that we've added several new opposing teams that we're playing across our athletics, and it's been really fun. We've had buses for almost all of our 7th and 8th grade teams. So they're feeling like they're really building sportsmanship and camaraderie, traveling to these games, and they're doing really, really well. Cross country has been running well, and we're hoping they're going to be going to the state meet up north. So we're trying to work out those details. I also do want to just highlight that we have, that I know of, there's probably more, but I know of 2 athletes that play hockey, and they are on a 22-0 winning streak, which included a quick trip to Tennessee, and they just finished the tournament this weekend, undefeated. So, and then we have 3 athletes, I think, that play football in Claremont, and we also have a field hockey player that plays out. So just want to make sure that we're recognizing that we have other student athletes that don't have an opportunity to participate in sports here that we don't offer. So, I think that's all I really have. So get the signups in. Are there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it. All right, so Leader in Me obviously is the focus here at our school. We have been working really hard. Our grade levels, each classroom has been coming up with their classroom mission statement. And we've been able to meet with our action teams as well as our Lighthouse team. And our Lighthouse team was able to come up with some ideas to help encourage our staff a little bit more. And it's nice to see that our students and our staff are using that common language across the school, which makes it really nice and makes it easier for kids to understand what we're supposed to be doing and to be those leaders. And then this Friday at our K-5 assembly, this is Wilmot's 4th grade class. It's doing a very special presentation on the 7 habits, and they're tying it in with all of them. So very nice. All right, so our budget advisory committee last board meeting, we asked, or you guys asked me to put this out there for our community. So we've had this out there in our newsletter weekly. We've been trying to reach out to people, see if we can get people that would love to be part of the budget advisory committee, the BAC. To date, we don't have anybody. So we are continuing to work on that to be able to get people to do it. So if you guys have anybody, if there's anybody out there in the virtual world right now that would like to be part of the budget advisory committee, please let us know so that we can get that up and going and so that they can help prepare our budget for March for our town meeting. So Red Ribbon Week is starting on the week of the 24th through the 28th. This went out to families. It's our flyer, and it talks about our Spirit Week. Last year, our Spirit Week was very popular with our staff and our students, and I'm excited about it again this year. So our theme this year for Red Ribbon Week is the national theme is Celebrate Life, Live Drug Free. And then we have our 5 different days. Our first day of Red Ribbon Week is our just school spirit, so wear your red and black or your Weathersfield gear. Day number 2 is Team Up and Sports Day, so wear sports gear. You scroll down. Sorry. I'll keep going down with the second one. And then day 3 is Give Drugs to Boot. So wear your boots at school. And day 4 is Sock into Drugs, wear some silly socks. And then Friday is Drugs for Scary. You can wear a Halloween costume or a literature. I like to call it a literature costume parade. So I like to tie it in with a book so that you have to have a costume that's tied in with a book. And then we will have a parade in the afternoon to be able to showcase some of our different costumes. And it's pretty easy to be able to find a book to go with almost any costume. And then we, last year, the door decorating contest was very popular. So we're doing that again this year. And we, of course, have a rubric set up, 4-point rubric. So there's different categories. So we'll make sure we share with that with the teachers so they know, actually I already did, so they know exactly what they are working for to make sure that they can get a great score. And then we have people from, last year we had our town manager came in, he judged the different doors. We'll plan on doing that again this year. All right, so after Red Ribbon Week, staff wellness. So like I said, our Lighthouse team met and trying to come up with some different ideas. So our staff really needs the gift of time when possible. So we're trying to work around that. So if they have some extra time, then we can give it to them. On Wednesdays right now, all staff eat in the cafeteria free. And then they came up with Water Wednesdays, trying to promote health and wellness and water. I like coffee, but they suggested water because water's a little better for everybody. And then to do some different flavored water. So we're working with our kitchen to do Water Wednesdays and give them opportunities to drink water besides just coffee. I like coffee again. PTO already gives them a lot. They like some random acknowledgement to the staff with prizes. So one of the things that we did before the school year started, I think some people liked it and other people annoyed, but I like to be on the microphone and I like to talk. And so one of the things that we did is all of a sudden I'd get on the speaker, the loudspeaker, and I'd say, okay, caller number 5 to 5180, which is my extension, that can name the song, it's prize. So I'd play a snippet of a song, and then first person to call be like, you're caller number 1, play caller number 2. And so then by the time we get to caller number 5, they would be able to get the opportunity to choose a song. So I think some people really like that. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing it. And so we did have quite a few winners. They got M&Ms, they got different prizes, they got school supplies, all kinds of different things that we were able to give to them. So it's just sort of a fun thing to do through the day that we were here working in our classrooms. So this was an opportunity. I went into a 5th grade classroom. They were working on a tower project and building together, which is really awesome just to see all the kids working together. They didn't even realize I was in there because they were so engaged in the project. A little bit of team building and trying to figure out how they can build the tallest tower. And then Spirit Days on Friday, as I mentioned, wearing the red and black on Friday. It's put in the newsletter every week just to wear your Wethersfield red and black and just show off your school spirit. So it's nice to be able to see that little bit of a red wave here on every Friday because a lot more kids are wearing those items. Safety drills. So this went out in last week's newsletter as well. So the state of Vermont this year is requiring us, we have options-based drills. And so what happens in there is we have to complete a drill every month. So we have a fire drill usually, and then we have an option-based drill. The first one was in September. So we use developmentally age-appropriate conversations with the students about what they would do in the case of emergency. So we just had those conversations in the classroom. The teachers took it very slowly with it, just what kids could do if there was a possible situation where they needed to be able to, there was an emergency. So we didn't do any overhead announcements. We didn't do a whole school drill. It was just very individual to let the kids know the possibilities of what to do. And put that out in the newsletter just so parents had questions. Give us a call as well. So performing those safety drills. So we did have our first Pride Award assembly back on September 30th, so almost 2 days ago now. So PRIDE stands for Perseverance, Respect, Integrity, Determination, and Empathy. It was really great. So each class got to choose one student to win that PRIDE Award. And then they gave a little write-up about what that student did to be able to earn that. And then we had a smaller, so we did that for the whole school, where we just talked about it, announced the kids, reminded them what Pride stood for. And then we came into this room and had more of a small, more of an intimate type of assembly where it was just parents that were invited or family members. And then we read off what the teacher said, because I didn't want to embarrass the kids. So I didn't get embarrassed about that stuff, but it made it just really special for the kids here in the audience. So that happened. So we'll do one of those on the last Friday of every month. Not doing one though this coming month on October 28th. We're going to move it to November 4th because they have the whole Halloween stuff set up in the gym, so we can't do it. So we'll switcheroo there, but it'll happen usually once a month to get that done. And there's pictures from it. So there's the whole group, even with Panther, our mascot, our Shadow, our mascot, Panther. And then also, then this is what it looked like when you were reading. It is really meaningful for the kids and for us and for the parents. It's pretty awesome. And then this is our communities coming together. So we had students from the ACES program at Windsor that they decided that they wanted to be able to help somebody out. So they looked at something that they could do. And so they wanted to help the victims of Hurricane Ian in Florida. So they came to our school to share their idea of a coin drive challenge. There's a bucket over there. And we just got that today. So we're going to be starting a coin drive trying to raise money and raise awareness about the victims here in the U.S. and Florida. And so they have a little challenge against all the schools within this issue. So it's nice to see them today and participate. Our building community, so continuing those monthly conversations with Chief Spalding regarding fire safety. Attend those town safety meetings on emergency preparedness. Tomorrow, the police department, the Scotney Fire Department, the West Weathersfield Fire Department will be here for Service Day. Excited about that. So they'll be talking to our students about fire safety as well as just overall safety for Halloween. And then we have Representative Elizabeth Burrows. She'll be talking to our students regarding the Vermont State Youth Council application. And then we have a COVID vaccine clinic this Sunday here at school for anybody that needs a COVID vaccine. So that'll be outside the parking lot. It's free to everybody. Just come by if you need that vaccine. Enrollment and attendance for September 14th through October 11th. So we have 246 kids. We had 2 more enroll, and we have an average daily attendance of 94.82. So we keep growing. We shrunk a little bit, and we grew again just today. So we're getting bigger. And that's it for my presentation. So sorry that you're calling. All right.
All right, my turn. Mine's not so long, so that's good or bad. So you'll get the presentation. My full report is linked. Just click on it. From this WSCSU meeting that we had a couple of weeks ago. I'm just going to do a couple highlights from that report because some of you have already heard it. So we had our first of 4 sessions with our consultant, Mike Nicholson. He is the person that helped us write our with our portrait of a graduate and our strategic plan. He is back. We had a community meeting last Thursday where we reviewed the strategic plan. I think the people that were there, you know, they looked at it carefully. There may be some tweaks that we want to make now that we're 2 years into it. Mike met with a parent group as well to talk about one of the big goals in our plan is student-directed, self-directed learning, how we give students voice and choice. So we met with a parent group prior to that community meeting when we discussed self-determined learning. We also met, one of my favorite parts was we met with a student group. So students across the SU in grades 6 through 10, we have about 14 kids, I believe. We had lunch. We talked about different issues in school, and the kids were giving us the student perspective. Like one of the topics was homework. So what's the student perspective? What's the staff perspective from the student lens? So it was a great first meeting. The students joined the staff session in the afternoon. Staff were able to select this PD opportunity, and the kids were there, and it was just a great first session. So Mike will be back in December, February, and May this year. We'll continue the conversation. And the parent meeting and the community meeting will be a public next time. Rotate around. Just so everybody knows, we pleased to announce that we have hired a coordinator of diversity, equity, and inclusion. His name is Ethan Lawrence. The supervisory board approved that hire at the last meeting. He is going to be part-time this year, and we will have a mentor. Her name is Mary Gannon. She's a consultant that's worked with the board and the committees on this work in the past. So he'll have some support. Just so everybody knows, because Weathersfield is a sending town, a high school tuition town, there have been some cases in the state that have been settled, and we've been instructed by Dan French. He is our commissioner. That's not his title. Forget it. He's the secretary of education. We've been instructed to pay requests for tuition to independent religious schools that meet education quality standards. These schools are to be treated the same as secular independent schools. So that may impact on the field. So this is the financial report. I have the end of fiscal year 22 financials. It's really small, but we ended the year, Weathersfield ended the year with a surplus of $196,587. So in March at the town meeting, the town gets to decide whether that money goes back to the taxpayers, reducing the tax rate, or if it gets put in capital reserve, which then the board gets to determine how that money is spent. That would be FY24, I believe. And it doesn't, it can be split between the two. So in March, we'll have that discussion. So that's good. And then the surplus. These are the first quarter financials. We are right now showing a surplus. I can see it around 600,000. Yeah, 658. That won't stay. Bills are going to come in, tuition's going to come in, but it is. We're not in the red, which is great at this point. Any questions on financials at this point? And we'll bring the quarterly. As Brian mentioned, there's a clinic here. The outside, we have one at all the different locations. One in Windsor, one in Heartland, one in Weathersfield, which is great. And there have been lots of questions about staff wellness. Brian addressed a little bit about what Weathersfield is doing specifically. I just wanted to let you know that it is something we're talking about across the SU. I've listed some things that we have in place. We have the HIGH program. It's called the Vermont Education Health Initiative. They run that through our medical insurance providers. They run lots of programs for staff around wellness, which are voluntary. People can choose to do it or not. We have the EAP, which is the Employee Assistance Program, which is a benefit to our staff who are in need of lots of different services, financial counseling, health counseling, and any kind of questions. They'll do research for you. So that is a service we provide for our staff and their spouses, I believe. We are doing staff lunch on Wednesdays. We really appreciate it, and it's really delicious. You guys have all done lunch or dinner here. It's very good. We have really worked hard to offer staff some time that is not scheduled. You know that at the end of the day, staff have students leave at 2:30ish to 45. Staff are contracted until 3:15. We tried to give some leeway this year. You want that time is used for, so staff have Mondays and Fridays to schedule on their own. So they can meet with their teams, they can work on planning, they can call parents, they can do all the things that teachers need to do, which is not enough time. I will just share it's not enough time when we have that. So it's hard to balance all the things that need to get done and just doing the job of teaching, which we all know to change. And building up to it. I'm meeting once a month with a faculty advisory council and a support staff advisory council just to check in what's going on. I bet things with those teams. And I think It's a place for people to have a voice, and appreciate it. We also meet with the union leaders as well monthly, just to hear, kind of get a sense of what's coming, try to be proactive and troubleshoot things with the union leadership. We have a wellness leadership team across the SU. They are charged with planning a wellness day. I believe it's in March this year, and it's all staff, and they plan a wellness activity, or they are in the middle of planning on our early release days. Staff are engaged in a short wellness activity as well. And then some of our schools, I don't know, Portland specific, Weathersfield specifically, we're trying to partner people. So they have check-in peers that go to them and just make sure they're doing okay. Bring them little goodies sometimes, just to make sure we're taking care of each other. So wellness is on our radar, and I think this year has started out better than last year, but still gives some stress out. Staff members, probably stress families, stress students. So I think that is the last slide. I'm happy to answer any questions. There are any. All right, Anne Marie, back to you.
Thank you both. Those were great presentations. And I really loved the school walkthrough. That was a lot of fun. I wish I could have been there in person, but it was fun to watch it on screen too. Got to hear some interesting comments from the kids. Okay, so up next we have items for discussion, and we already did A, which was the school board walkthrough. Then we have a drama club update, and that's Mark.
Okay, I've got some good news. We have finished up all the contacts with the group known as Musical Theater International. They're the ones who licensed us to do, before the whole pandemic, to Little Mermaid, and we are now doing that for the spring musical. Erica England and Sam Francis is going to be the musical director. There's a rumor out there that Carrie may be doing some choreography. That has yet to be confirmed. I will be getting drawn into this, however required by her staff. So basically, it's not going to audition until after the 1st of January. It is a higher level show, and it's really going to require a lot of work, considering how many of our students haven't had any live performance over the last 3+ years. So it's really going to be quite tricky to get it mounted. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's been a long time coming. So in the interest of that, we're really looking for 4th to 8th grade, the bulk of the cast, not all of it. We're going to look for the actual production to be student-led. It's going to be instructed by adults, but it's going to be student-led. So we're hoping the stage crew, possibly the light board, and then dabbling into stage management for at least one lucky student. So that's for the show in March. And we are also going to ramp up to this with the Weathersfield School Talent Show in November. And something that would really help us arrange for funding for Little Mermaid would simply be if we could do fundraising at that talent show. So I'm not really sure, I didn't put this on the agenda, but if somebody else is willing to make a motion to authorize the Weathersfield School Drama Club to fundraise at the talent show for the upcoming production, that would really help us know what it is we're looking at, starting with financial, not production. So again, looks like it's just going to be 4th to 8th graders. So I'm really sorry, Brian, but your dream of Flounder is out for right now. You have to find another venue. But that's pretty much where we are right now. I think we're rolling.
Great, thanks, Mark. So we'll put that on items for action then, approving your request. Up next, we have school safety, which I think we already went over. Or if you have anything to add, Brian?
I think we covered it pretty good on what we're doing so far. Thank you.
Okay. And also, we had the report that we don't have any interest for the budget advisory committee yet. I will, I guess, put it out to the community at large, as far on Facebook and on Front Porch Forum, and see if we can get some interest that way. And maybe approach some of the previous budget advisory committee members. See if, does BJ have a list of them? She can email previous budget advisory members, see if anybody wants to come back. Okay. And we had the financial report. It was in Christine's report. Up next is the plan for warrant items, which is Nicole's thing. So if she wants to take over.
So January and BJ sent you guys an email?
Yes.
Got it, okay? Yeah. So what I have, the email, this is more like a board thing, guys, but it's a copy of the cover letter for the select, for their warrants. So what they do at their meetings is that they all sign off on it. And I think it would be really good if we establish some kind of system like this, although I'm not clear on what program they're generating their batches through. And if cover page like this would be doable, but this would be for transparency for the public on what we're spending each month on utilities and those kinds of things. What I really like about the select board's cover letter is that everything's itemized, like by departments. And if we could do that, because when I'm going through the forums, things are kind of all over the place, like school supplies could use like an entire session. And so like I'll just be going through and there'll be Amazon orders, like there was like a $5.99, $599 Band-Aid order. And like just having it, or there was 2 batches of 5 picture frames for $217 a piece. And so just these random items, like in a miscellaneous bucket, so that when we're going through the orange, it doesn't take to have that to do it. And that way we can bring it, because they actually post theirs publicly. And we wouldn't have to do our bigger quite to that extent, but have some kind of itemized way of showing it so that the public and for us too, it would just make the process much. But maybe something we could put on our radar list.
Okay. Yeah, because I'd like to look into, who would be available to put that list together, how much work it would take. I don't want to, I know that some people in the front office at the central office, there might not be somebody who has time to do that at this point. So I'd have to look into that and see who would be able to do that for us.
Warrant so much further discussion.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I just wanted to bring it to the table, just to have it be a table issue to have, but something that we can talk about.
Yeah.
I'm checking with Larry to see if it's manageable.
Okay, yeah, if you can do that and then get back to us on if there's a way to have that done, that'd be great.
Not sure what program it is. I'm sure they have a different program than mine else.
Yeah.
But there's got to be some way to just have like a summary. And then we can all just sign off on it. That way it's not just one person going and signing off on it. Because what if I made a mistake and I missed something? I'm signing for everybody. So it would just be really good around the table, just for transparency ease of it. Just makes the process easier for everybody else, and so that all the other board members know exactly what was sent out.
Okay, sounds good. I see, I hear the hand is raised. Let me see who it is. Becky?
So I just have a question, just because, I've been doing this for a long time. So they used to sign the warrants at the meeting. Is that what Nicole's talking about? That you guys would
Yeah.
all sign them at the meeting? Because I will tell you, you might want to talk to some old board members about that. It took a very long time. That's why they stopped doing it that way. Just to let you know, for everybody to, and it was also very hard for them to read all the warrants while they were attending to the board meeting. So that's why they switched it to one board member doing it at a separate time, just for some historical information there. So I can't even think if they did it with Sean. I think it may have already stopped by him. I don't even know who to have you ask that would have been on it. Maybe like some of the older people that were on the back committee that used to be on the board. I'll try to think and let you know how far back you'd have to ask to find
Thank
out
you,
why
Becky.
they stopped it. Okay.
Yeah, that's great. That'll be great. Yeah, let's email me the names if you can think of anybody, and
Okay.
we can inquire. Thank you.
They don't read every item on line, like they don't read every line. They just read the cover page, and it's just broken down into different categories. And so that's all they read. And like it would work like the minutes where we would look at it prior and then sign off on it.
Okay.
The totals, Nicole?
Yeah, just the totals. But I mean, they attach, like I wasn't gonna print out 22 pages, the select board one, have to be 22 pages. But ours would be much more than 22 pages. So, but to at least have it, I would say what departments, I don't know how to say, we would have just the totals. And then just approve it based off the totals and then all of us.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions or comments about that? Jamie?
How often are the warrants signed off on?
I go about twice a month, and it takes me about a half hour, maybe an hour, depends on how many warrants there are. September, I was there a long time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, up next we have voluntary study time for the middle grades, 6, 7, and 8. Brian?
Thank you. So I've had several students that have approached me, including a teacher who's willing to sit in the classroom. So a lot of our students, because we adjusted our win time in the afternoon, it shortened it so that it's more productive for them and to give them the advisory time. Some of them are wanting to come in during their recess / lunch time, and sit and get some work done. It wouldn't be necessarily every day. We talked about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, possibly kids that will be available, and we are a teacher willing to be in there with the students during that time. So I told the students that we would bring it up to the board and see what we could do, because I want them to be able to go out and play, but I understand also them wanting to get some work done. Some kids prefer to sit quietly and read or work on a project. They don't always have that time in the afternoon, especially kiddos that are so active after school. They don't have that time to do things with each other.
Does anyone have any questions or comments about that? I guess what I would want to say is just to limit it so that because it is important for the kids to get outside, and we don't necessarily know like who's getting activity once they leave the school and who's just sitting in front of their computer screen the rest of the evening. So I think it's important that the kids run around a bit and have some fun outside. So I would hate to have that become an everyday thing for the kids. But I do understand the need if they maybe are having trouble with something or, want some extra help and need, one of the teachers to explain something better to them or whatever. I understand that too. So I think as long as we get a good balance with it, I would be okay with it. I don't know how anybody else on the board feels.
What's the policy?
The wellness policy, it basically, keep a child in for recess with administrator condition. So it's really good for kids.
Basically, for performance purposes, you can't take away reason.
So that's more the teacher.
I can't quite hear what you guys are saying. So what is this possible with the current policy or not?
It, as I recall, it says, a teacher can, we should refrain from keeping kids in for recess at all possible. It does allow for it with administrator, permission.
Mhm.
But this is kids wanting to stay in to do their work. It's not teacher driven, it's student driven. So I think that looks different.
Yeah.
I think you're right. There needs to be a balance. Kids need to go outside.
Yeah, no, I totally agree that kids need to be able to have both. It's just nice to give them students who keep coming and asking for it. That's why. So when we talk about it, we see what we can do. We want them to have that student voice choice. Student driven, not adult.
Okay. All right, so we'll put that on the items for action. And then next would be a requirement to show proof of residency annually. Brian, that was also.
Me too. So one of the things we've been finding is that we have some of our families that aren't currently living in Weathersfield anymore, but are still trying to go to school here. And so it becomes quite a process for us. As much as we love all of our students here, we need to keep our students here that are fellows are here as well, that we connected. So one of the things that we would do is we're highly impacted students in my previous life was that we would require proof of residency annually. So they would have to prove that they're still living in their address. It could be, they'd show a power bill, they would show, a voter registration card, something that still shows that they're actually living where they're at before they're saying that they're at. Because we have found some families that aren't living here, so that we have to go through that process. And it is a hard process for us. It does take a lot of time. And it's not fun to do. We don't ever want to kick a kid out of school, but also at the same time, it's very important. I mean, we all chose to live here to be able to send our kids here, so we need to be able to have that opportunity too. So we want to keep our policy with our students.
So that would be like at the beginning of each school year, you would just require a form be filled out. Yeah.
Some different couple different proofs of residency showing, and we give families many different options because we've lots of things that are online now. It's harder, to get, the US mail stuff is often anymore. And it would all be done through our school office. It wouldn't be done at the central office. It would be through this here to make sure that they're checked. They do the initial check to make sure families truly live here. Then after that, it would be on us to keep track of that to find out. We take care if you guys want to add anything to that or something that's good. We'll make sure. And it was something that we talked about, an easy way for us to be able to, an easier way for us to make sure that students are truly living here.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions about that? Okay. We'll add that to items for action as well. And then the athletic fence sponsorship. Brian?
That's also, well, Carrie can jump into it. Just give me that look. So last month we had talked a little bit about our athletic fencing, and then the board had mentioned, hey, is there something you guys need us to do? to add that piece because we have that ravine off at the edge of our property or sort of the edge of our property where it drops down and it can be quite dangerous. And so Carrie came up with Carrie and her crew, her athletic crew came up with the idea of having a fence sponsorship to figure out what the cost of, let's say, an 8-foot fence would be, and say it was X amount of dollars. And then if we have a company that sponsors that fence, they get to hang a banner up there on the fence for the year to show that they sponsored, a little bit of recognition, nice little tax write-off, all those things. And then it gets us fence that is, there to give our students, and it benefits our community as well.
My only concern or question is just, if this is, is okay with the policy and, just if, I don't know, just if there are any kind of, it sounds fine to me, but I'm just wondering, is there any kind of like legal trouble we could get into with this?
School infrastructure.
I can't hear you guys.
School infrastructure we're talking about here. Would we do the same thing parking lot? If we needed it resurfaced? The space donated by, just curious about how much we think we'd be talking about.
Yeah.
I love the idea of local businesses, something we support for school. They always come through. But,
Right.
Wondering if it's that big of an item in the budget that it really needs to be done. That.
We were just always trying to be creative and look outside the fence. See if we can find something way to help. Well, yeah. I think that.
I also think it would show pride in our community a little bit, like if it's affordable enough, you could say like, I'm proud of my Panther or something like that.
Yep.
I think we just have to put a stipulation in there about what kind of businesses we put that allow. If it's not school appropriate business, I'd be a little concerned about that.
Okay, so we've got that caveat.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. No, I love that. We have it with highways all the time. I haven't seen much in Vermont, but certainly in other states, there's a sign every couple of miles, this section of highway maintained by. I'm not speaking against it. I'm just curious procedurally.
Yeah. No.
It also lends,
Wouldn't be a billboard.
it also lends itself for the athletic department to put those banners up possibly annually, just different sponsors to put some money into the athletics program where the budget is so tight.
Right.
So they do the school year and then we could resell the space for the year after.
Okay. And that would basically encompass from the start of the ravine down past the end of the ball field. Yeah. Great.
There's no property line.
We already had our building and they take it back. And they gave us some fits. Would be if anybody comes to fix it.
There's like setbacks.
Or in terms of chasing balls down the ravine, probably would pay for itself in fairly short order.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll add that onto items. Well, does anyone have anything else? Any other questions about it? I don't hear anything. So we'll add that to items for action as well. And which is our next thing, items for action. And up first is a resignation letter, which very sad about, but.
In my lead learner report that Emily Stevens, our school nurse, is taking away the job. It's better for her and her family. I respect that. She is going to be big shoes to fill. She is giving us until Thanksgiving holiday, so I'm working here her last day of the week, looking for the 5th. So hopefully the Dr. Sue will replace it for her so that she can be able to train that person and be able to get some really successful here. She puts the feelers out there as well for anybody that she might know that might be interested in So we wish her the best. Desperately wants to miss her. But hopefully we'll find the right person. We'll be able to help us out. Care. To our kids. So Lexi doing the tour, but she will.
Okay, so I'll take a motion to accept Emily Stevens' resignation letter.
So moved.
Second.
And all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
I don't hear Mark or Nicole. You guys say aye. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll just figure you guys said aye, correct?
Yeah.
So that's unanimous. And also, after this is reminding me that there was something I wanted to add to the agenda, which is that Jackie Antonovich is leaving the board. And I don't know that we need to actually officially accept a resignation or anything from her, but we do need a new board member. So if anyone out there is interested in being a board member, please contact BJ in the front office, and she'll put you in touch with the board, and we'll we have interviews and stuff, and we would like to replace that with a community member as soon as possible.
What's the term on that? Is that until March?
It's just until March, correct? And then in March you would run for, I think her term actually ends this March. So, and I believe she's on the 1-year term. So, so it's till March, and then you would need to, fill out the paperwork to run as your own person for March. Let's see. We have, so I guess the next item up for action is the voluntary study time for the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Do I have a motion to approve allowing this, I guess, study club to form?
I think we're okay.
You think we're okay?
Yeah, it basically said, physical activity and or recess period shall not be restricted as a form of discipline unless it so directly relates to student behavior during this time. So if they're doing something at recess, they have to take a break at recess. That makes sense, right? Case-by-case exceptions made to this rule without discretion. With the administration's knowledge, a child may be held in for no more than 10 minutes of recess in order to either allow students to finish work or have conversations about matters that are impacting class. This time will not be used for punishment purposes, but to clarify academic concerns, behavioral concerns. We'll have more private conversations between students and struggling. This will be monitored so that no student consistently time of the recess.
That policy stays in place as it is. Strictly voluntary. Okay. So moved.
Okay. And I guess I'll do a roll call because I can't really ever hear everybody. So I'll start with Nicole.
Aye.
Jamie.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
I'm an aye as well. And so that passes unanimously. The next item is the requirement to show proof of residency annually. May I have a motion to allow lead learner Martis to, I guess, request from parents proof of residency at the beginning of each school year?
So moved.
Okay. Nicole?
Nay.
Jamie?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
And I'm also an aye. So that's unanimous. And the last item up for action is the athletic fence sponsorship. I have a motion to approve the request to sell section sponsorship of sections of fencing.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. That was Nikki. Okay. And we'll start with Jamie,
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Nicole.
Aye.
And I'm also an aye. Okay. Was there anything else that we needed to approve this evening?
Fundraiser for drama.
Oh, fun. I'm sorry, I forgot that one. Yeah. And I'll take a motion to approve the drama club fundraising at the Weathersfield Got Talent.
Make a motion.
Okay. Nicole made the motion. Jamie,
Aye.
Mark.
Abstain.
Okay. He's so proper. Okay, Nicole. Nicole.
Aye.
And I'm also an aye. So that's 3 ayes and an abstention. The motion passes.
Day on the residency. So Amber, just for the record, I know it's hard to hear, Nicole was a nay on the residency.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. Okay. I guess it passed 3-1. Sorry about that.
Who made the motion for the drama?
Nicole.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Up next would be an executive session. Is there any need for an executive session? I can't hear.
You guys need us back in executive session?
I think we said something after they come. We're good.
Yeah, it's not
Not executive session.
Okay. I don't think we need one at this time.
Okay. All right. We'll set the next agenda. So our next meeting is November 8th at 6:30. Does that work for everyone?
Yep.
Okay. And let's see. So hopefully I'd like to have the BAC on there. Hopefully we'll have some folks because we really need to get started by next month at the latest. I'd like to have them started before that, but well, should we have another drama club update, Mark? Or
The update, I will.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So a drama club update. Let's keep school safety on there. Maybe we can have some more talk about the plan for the warrant items. Maybe if Christine can talk with Larry and come back and report.
Yes.
I'm not sure, when do we usually start seeing the budget? Is that at December's meeting or would that be a November meeting?
The SU budget committee is meeting regularly, Anne Marie. That budget was presented at the October, I think it's 24th. SU. And I don't know if it'll be adopted that night or just looked at and then brought back in November, but I would say November, December would be late November, early December should start sometime over here.
Okay, so it would be at our December meeting then.
November, Brian will be doing some pre-planning, talking
Okay.
to people. Needs to be in the budget.
Okay, so let's put budget on the agenda then as well. Anything else? Did anyone? No? Okay. Did you get that, Becky?
I got the back,
Mhm.
drama club update, school
Mhm.
safety,
Mhm.
plan for warrant items, and budget.
Yep. Okay. All right. I'll take a motion to adjourn then, unless anyone has anything else.
I'll make a motion. Adjourn.
Okay. Nicole made a motion to adjourn. And Mark?
Aye.
Jamie?
Aye.
I say aye. Nicole? Okay, so that's unanimous. Thanks, everybody.
Carrie.
Take care.
Thank you.
Good night.